Hello again. Welcome back to Space Engineers. 40 hours and 15,500 blocks later, I've made a new ship. It's a carrier, I guess you could call it. It's the DSMV Polaris SSC, System Security Carrier. Basically, it's a police station for space. So it's meant to operate in a populated system. You know, it's not a warship, so it's not intended for war zones, although it is 90% heavy armor, so it will take a beating. It contains all of the DLC and only has one mod, which is the Warfare 2 DLC Editions mod. It's just a weapons mod. It includes things like Sea-Whiz turrets, and fully automated railgun turrets. These have a range AI of 2 kilometers. These have a range AI of 1,500 meters, so 1.5 kilometers. So they'll reach out and touch your bad guys from a long ways away. And the reason I use the railguns is you can set them to target power systems, and a couple good shots straight to the power system if they decided to put it all in one spot will be enough to disable any ship and render them unable to fight back. If they don't pull over, but that's for extreme measures. You can turn those off and just use the Sea-Whiz to disarm their weapons, whatever. Anywho, we'll do a quick tour of the outside. There's the old front view. Put a mean looking grill in the front of it. I've got flashers all through here, like lights, so that you can turn on your flashers blue and reds and make people pull over. They're not terribly visible from a long distance, but they look cool from close up. So in here we actually have 2 hangars, top and bottom. They're joined. Those 2 doors will open together if you open this hangar, or you can manually open each door. We'll take a tour of the inside in a bit. That would be where you park the quote-unquote patrol cars. There's another set on the other side. The large hangars here would be where you would bring in the paddy wagon, prisoner transport, resupply shuttle, anything, fairly big. Anything that'll fit through a regular set of hangar doors top to bottom, and it's like I think seven blocks wide, so you can fit a decent creature in there. Side thruster pods, my least favorite part of the ship, I think. I had ideas about them, but by the time I built them they were starting to get pretty big, so I slimmed them down to just that simple shape. Here we got the back end. We got some hydrogen thrusters if you need to make a quick pursuit. And obviously up top, that's the bridge, that's the back end of it. So over here we would have the commander's quarters, a little peek in there. We'll have a tour later on. And then we have the staff hangar, I guess. This is where you would bring in like people who are supposed to be in the ship. So the cops, people, whatever, with the employees would enter here. In here, a quick peek in the medical. We'll be going to visit that, of course. We'll have a tour of the inside momentarily. We'll take a quick swing over the top. Nice raised bridge. You've got a wonderful view from the pilot seat. There's pretty much nothing obstructing your view except for the actual bridge structures. So it's got great visibility. It's a big old bridge. Down in here, that would be general enlisted quarters. Ranking officer quarters. There's also a mess hall and a security office in that deck of the ship. These are just here for decoration. Same thing with the ones on the other side. Up here we have kind of a raised sort of, it's not the bridge, but it's like a bridge. I don't know why I did this, just because style reasons. I caught a glimpse of a ship in Star Citizen, that had a general shape like this with the bridge over top and like sections flying buttresses or whatever that would go over high, and that's kind of what I based this on. This turned out a little bit chunkier than I think the Starfield ship did. I was kind of aiming for something longer, but by the time I was done she wound up being a little bit squat, but whatever. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the design. At the back here, just got a couple of Sea-Whiz in case anybody tries to sneak up your rear end. Like I said, it's not a warship. It's not designed to go to war and take on battleships and stuff, so it's armed, but it's not crazy. Here we got the underside. Bottom, some engines there, another railgun. Pretty paint job. As you can see, it is blue. I haven't gone completely with the usual DSMV paint scheme because it is supposed to be, I guess, a police vehicle. So the majority of it is blue, but I did incorporate the white, orange, and black of my usual color schemes so that it's also identifiable as a DSMV ship. But in the sunlight, she's a lovely shade of royal blue, I guess, navy blue. I'm a guy. I did dark blue, light blue, medium blue. Those are guy colors. Anything more than that is unnecessary. So it's dark blue. I don't want to hear any arguments. I don't do fuchsia. I'm not that complicated. Alright, let's head inside. So I'm just gonna open the one door. It doesn't really matter. I'm not fancy. I don't have all my stupid hangers set on being able to depressurize themselves and stuff. It's easy enough to set up. I have all the vents for it. I just didn't go through and set it up. So if you care about, oxygen getting out, I've got two large industrial cargo containers and like 800,000 kilograms of ice on this thing. So I'm not particularly worried about oxygen. And this is meant to operate in a populated system, so there's no assemblers or refineries on it. It's meant to go to a station or a headquarters to be maintained. It's got medical quarters and all that stuff in the respawn. It can carry ammo, whatever, but it's intended to work in a populated system or go out on runs. I mean, it runs on uranium, so if you got enough uranium, it'll go for a long time. But anyway, this is the employee hangar. On either side here, just got some suit and weapon racks. Same thing on the other side. And it doesn't matter which way you go. This part of the ship, at least, is mirrored on both sides. We've got exit on both sides. Alright, this brings us... We're going to go straight up to the bridge and work our way down. Might be a little bit less confusing. But in from the hangar, you either turn left or right and go up the blue stairs. Left, and you're on the crew deck. But we're going to keep going up to the bridge. I've also not gone with the usual white living area scheme because this is meant to be a police station essentially, so I went with blue as my main color. All the way up here, we come to the bridge. So here we go, there's the pilot seat. We have some various control stations and workstations. Some pretty atmospheric, color-appropriate lighting in the workstation. We got some, whatever those things are, programmable blocks. I can't use them, I'm on consoles, so no scripts for me. Some hollow projector blocks, nice view at back so you can see who's coming and going in the employee hangar. Turret controller if you want to put a custom turret on this thing somewhere. Alright, that's the work area of the bridge. Here we have a couple more, access panels for things if you need be. The commander can sit in here, keep an eye on things. If you're just parked and waiting for patrol cars to report, there's no sense in sitting in the pilot seat. So here's the view from the pilot seat. Like I said, there's nothing but the structure of the bridge to block the view, really. A little bit up front, you should keep track if your railgun starts shooting or something. As far as maneuverability, well, that's hard. Left as hard as I can go, hard right as hard as I can go. Down. So it's not super unmaneuverable, but it's a giant carrier. It's like 35 million kilograms, so it's not a light ship. Here's acceleration with just the ion thrusters. Not amazing. Stopping is not super fantastic, but it's not meant to be the thing that does the chasing per se. With the hydrogen engines on, acceleration's alright. Nothing crazy. It only has small hydrogen tanks, but it's got a lot of them. And they're buried in the forward section behind a lot of heavy armor, and if they blow up, well, the only thing they take with them is the prisoners. So, come couple rapists get blown up in an accident, well, the world is a better place, right? Alright, so from the bridge, we'll come down here. Yeah, we'll come down here. Forward or this way, both lead to crew quarters, but we'll come back to the back where we came in. So, come off the bridge, immediately to the left, same thing on the other side. Just a little maintenance area, some small cargo, some oxygen, H2O2 gen. Nothing fancy. And we come a little further forward. That is the mess. We'll get to that. Right here, we have the commander's quarters. They come in here, and a little coffee spot, full kitchen. He gets to eat on his own if he wants to. Turn the lights on. It's kind of nice. You can sit here, listen to music, watch some TV, sit here, get some work done, listen to the burbling of the fish tank. Nice view, you know. Some sanity maintainers. This guy's going to be stressed, right? And here we have a shower, bathroom, fish tank, bookshelf, bed, changing area. Nice and cozy. If you don't know, you can adjust the lighting in the kitchen areas to be any color you want and whatever brightness. You can extend its reach, so it's not, you know, it's a little too dark for your kitchen, whatever. But, you know, it's plenty well lit enough to cook here. Wash your dishes. Alright. There's the commander's quarters. Nice and close to the bridge, just has to run up there. Here, mess hall for the general crew. You know, some sit tables, some seats. Watch the football game or whatever. Chill out here, lean up here, have some drinks in our off-duty time. Chill at the bar, read a book, have some coffee, etc., etc. Typical mess stuff. There you go. We'll continue along the stern wall, aft wall, whatever you want to call it. That's just the pass-through to the other side of the habitation area. And this goes back down to the hangar I came in. We'll be going back down there in a moment. Here, public washroom, same on the other side. And in here, if you need to fiddle with the gravity gen, there you go. Continue down here. On the opposite side from the captain's or the commander's quarters, we have medical. You come in here, nice little reception area. You can sit and wait for the doctor to get to you. You know, if you're in here with a bad case of the runs, you're not far from the bathroom, so you get that way. You can be like, hey doc, I got the runs. Nice little office. Let's go into medical. So in here you can turn left and go into the doctor's office. Coffee machine, of course. You don't want sleepy doctors, place to chill. Always on duty, so, you know, got a window, place to sleep, in case he's got a really bad off patient. Medical kit, respawn, suit customization, a couple beds for patients, a couple sanity maintainers, you know. You can look out the window and get a nice view, at least if they're not feeling great. There you go. There's, I think, so far my favorite medical room that I've designed. It looks properly medical, nice and cozy. So opposite that, so in the same kind of like row of rooms, we have the mess at that end, pass through the washrooms, and here we have security. Yeah, so you come in here, you can talk to the head security guy, like, diddly-doo, I need guns, whatever. And if you're authorized, you can come through here into the actual security room. So we have this guy sits here. Yes, can I help you? Some guns. Another custom turret controller, like I say, if you want to add some turrets, panels. You know, lots of access for systems, keep track of locked targets, scan ships coming in the area. Hollow blocks, so you know, have a projection up there if you want to make like you're eyeballing somebody you're not sure about. And over in here, got another programmable block, some event controllers, or timer block, or whatever that is, another custom controller. So this thing is set up if you want to set up some automation. You won't probably have to add too many extra blocks unless you go nuts with it. So it becomes fairly well prepared. Custom control seats, so if they want to grab control of turrets or open and close hangar doors. There's interior turrets, so if they want to take control of those and have a look-see at which prisoners are coming in, that kind of thing. this would be the place that does it. I don't have these set up. They're left blank, but I mean, you know, that's the sort of thing people usually like to set up on their own anyway. So there we have security. Where's the door? So inside that came in. Yeah. There you go. So, and this, same as the other side, little maintenance area. And this, back up to the bridge on the other side. So, I'm going to cut through security fast for now, right? This side, junior officer's quarters. TV, place to chill, some nice plants. Coffee machine, bookshelf. He doesn't have his own kitchen. He's got to go in the mess and eat like everybody else, but you get something resembling a window. And here, again, not as fancy as the captain's quarters, but still cozy and private, which is one of the benefits of being an officer. And down the middle, so now we're on the other side of the pass-through. More bathroom, grab-jam bathroom, same as the other side. These double doors lead into general quarters. So in here, we have a sleeping area with suits, weapons, some semblance of a window outdoors. You know, it's not bright enough to read in here, but you can get dressed and have a nice sleep without having to adjust light levels. Same thing on this side. More bunks, changing areas. In the middle, general bathroom, good vent. This is tight quarters, right? You don't want the stench to get away from you. And here we have showers for enlisted men. There is a window going outside, but it's not like somebody's going to be able to peek in. Those are one-way tinted on the other side, so you know, you can dry your armpits and look out the window. And that is enlisted quarters. I think there's 8 room for 8 in there, so 8 enlisted, 2 officers and a commander, and a medical. 12 people so far. This just the other door, general quarters. This the other side of the mess. This the other junior officer quarters. Again, almost exactly the same. I had to flip this against this wall instead against this wall, because this partial door clips into the bed like that, and if I flip this around, it's weird. So, and when you lay down in it, your head clips into the geometry, and it's disconcerting. All right, now I've got myself turned around. Mess. Now we're going down 1 level or 2 levels into the next deck. So back down here. This goes back out to that small hangar. The other side is where it came in. On either side, it's the same on both sides. So at the bottom of the steps, there's a black door that leads into engineering. Here's where the engineering staff would be. They can monitor systems, some control panels if they need. They can look out and see if the reactors are on fire or something. I don't know. And then we can go right into the engine room. These are all individual airtight ventilated compartments, so worst comes to worst. In here, a couple giant reactors. There's a lot of small reactors and a ton of batteries spread around all over the place. They're not accessible from the inside. Like I said, this was meant to be a warship that we fixed during the battle. It's meant to be something that goes to dry dock. But even if you take a few holes, you can at least come in here and repair your main power without them. In here we got some batteries, some of the gyros. These are where the large cargo containers are. There's H2 gen in here, more gyros. And you can walk around on the top. So you can get around in here. It's more batteries and gyros. Here's how you access the cargo containers if you want to manually go in. And that's the engine room. So kind of cool, cramped, confusing. But if you've ever been in a ship of any kind and gone to the engine room, that's kind of the way it goes. You know, it's kind of like crawling around inside a dishwasher or something. It's, shit everywhere. Alright. And again, on both sides there are corridors that go, you'll never guess, If you're coming back this way, well, you're not allowed in there if you don't work there, so keep out. Here, orange usually signifies you're entering into a work or mild danger area. The front of the ship is that way, the middle of the ship is this way, and in here we have, again, fully sealed, fully ventilated environment. It's 3 decks deep, and it's to access the 6 warp drives, fully loaded with over 1 million kilograms of ice and ammo and stuff like that. This thing's got a jump range of like 450 to 500 kilometers. It's not a huge jump range, but it's meant to operate inside the solar system, as a mobile police station to keep the peace, so to speak. This crosses over to the other side. There's some batteries and shit down here. Just access to general stuff. Maybe there's, oh yeah, a couple batteries. So you can fix your warp drive at least. Plus, it's a cool spot. I just think it's a neat little engineering area. The lights go out and you're being chased by aliens. It's going to be terrifying trying to find your way out here. Alright, let's continue forward. Red means you're about to head into an area where there's very likely the possibility of no air. Here we have the central corridor. Alright, so, central corridor. Hangar 1, Hangar 2, Hangar 3, Hangar 4, and that's the prison section. We'll show you the hangars. If you go to either side, you'll see control panels. I can't remember what to do. Okay, this is the lights. Just in case, you don't want to leave lights on. That opens and closes the hangars, and that toggles the connectors on and off. So if somebody's coming in, you don't want them connected, just coming in and drop off, you can turn that off if you want. Both of these hangars are exactly the same, so we're only going to do one. We're only going to do one. Double door here. If you're just doing a prisoner handoff, you can have guards waiting here to collect them, and you stuff them in here, and there's really not much they can get up to. Stuff them in there and say, don't move till the door opens. Also, it keeps you from depressurizing your hangars, obviously. Pretty well secured hangar. A couple of auto turrets. I don't have them set up other than just to shoot enemies. So if you're bringing in a prisoner that's aggroed, you may want to de-aggro them or they're just going to die. That's supposed to be a crosshatch block. Textures are messed up as usual. But here you go. Here's the hangar. Now, connector. Nothing fancy. Big enough for a good-sized ship to come in and drop off some prisoners. I think there's capacity for 8 or 10 prisoners in here, depending how you want to store them. And hangar 1, hangar 2. Same thing on the other side. Here we have some bulkheads. I don't have them set up as a group or anything, but they're labeled in on the toolbar, so if you want to set them up so that they can close, or you can, control how far, if a prisoner escapes in the prison, you can shut these down, kind of thing. And here, hangar 3 and 4. Again, another small little airlock section. You don't want your crap depressurizing. Control panel for operating what you need in here. And here's one small hangar. So this is where you would park your patrol car. So it's not a big hangar, but you can fit a fighter-sized small block vehicle in here. Or even a small prisoner transport, if you don't want to use the big hangar. This is just mesh, so if you open this door, the top's going to depressurize too. And how you get there is via the ladder. And now we're topside, and same thing here. Now it's got a top connect. I am going to build some vehicles to fit in these specifically. And the patrol cars or patrol ships will have top and bottom mirrored connectors, so it doesn't matter where they park. They can plug into either the top or the bottom. So wait for those. They'll be coming. Like I said, I just spent 40 hours building this thing, so I need to take a break from making stuff for a little bit. Don't want to burn myself out too bad. As per usual with most of my ships, it's set at a half a G, so you can jump down any of the ladders and it's not going to hurt you. And we'll continue on to the prison section, or the official police station, quote unquote, which is why everything's blue. I chose stainless steel blue because, you know, if you get blood everywhere, you want it to be easy to clean up. So this would be the reception booking area, you know. Got some lockers, some desks for some staff. It's not too cruel. I left that door open. In here, weapon lockup in case anybody gets unruly. Generally speaking, people would be taking their issued weapons with them. So, and somewhere to poop. In here, we have the holding cell staff area. They've got their own little shower. They've got their own little mess. You can't watch TV or anything, but, you know, this is just meant so you can have somebody on duty and you got somewhere to have a lunch break without having to go clear across the other end of the shift. And if they need to take a little sleep, at the very least, you got room for 2 more crew here. So, that's 14 crew so far. There, this is the police station. Over on this side, I wonder if I have room to put a sign. I don't, everything's filled. Alright, on this side we have the interrogation rooms. You can in here, bring your suspect in here, you park them in here, and you can grill them. In there is the observing room. There's no mirrored glass in Space Engineers, so I went with tinted windows. It's pretty hard to see in there, you know, so I kept it intentionally dim, you know. The detective or whatever would sit here and be like, where were you on the night of Tuesday the 14th? And in here, this is where the staff would be. This is where they would watch the recording, make sure everything's going out peachy. Have their obligatory coffee. Sit here, drink their coffee, and, oh, I think he's guilty, Jim. Whatever. Can I fill those spaces? No, I can't because the window's there. I don't like hard edges on my stuff for some reason. Like smooth, no gaps in the body panels. Anyway, so yeah, and then another interrogation room here. So there we go. This is the interrogation rooms. They can double as prisoner holding if you're, you know, over capacity. They're not going to get up too much in there. There's nothing they can really interact with. Once you turn the door off, they're in there. On this side, we have holding cells. Got the door. Slow them down if they decide to try and beat their way through the door. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cryo storage. This would be for the really dangerous prisoners, so you just put them on ice. So 5 storage for really dangerous prisoners, and 1, 2, 3 cells for normal run-of-the-mill prisoners. So bed and somewhere to poop. There you go. That's the prison cells. So, this is holding area. So you put them on ice, or put them in a cell till you get them back to home base, or the prison planet you're going to take them to. Bob's your uncle, as they say. And there you go. That is that. Oh, I might have a seat in here. Save some time. And I'm going to turn on the beacons, or the flashers. Boop. There you can see. It's kind of hard to see when the sun's in your eyes, but I've got lights tucked away all over the place. Like I said, they don't show up super great from a distance, but if you're at the far reaches of space and it's nice and dark or in the shadow of a planet, they do stand out pretty good. Got some flashers all over the bottom there. Got some spotlights buried in the wing slots. They're shining ahead and flashing. I got some flashers buried in the tips of the rear nacelles. I've got flashers buried on either side of the CWIS turrets there, and I've got a couple flashers buried just on the corners of the topmost hangar. There you go. So, see, you know, it gives you the effect. Makes you feel important when you roll up and turn them on. Pull your vehicle over to the side of the space lane. Oh, did I forget something in there? I forgot something. Well, it's a good thing I didn't publish this yet. There would have been a whole section of missing panels. Those will be fixed when I publish this thing. Because yeah, it's supposed to look like that, relatively nice and smooth. Oh, I thought the textures were bonky in the hydrogen engines. It's just shadows from the little things I have there. There you go. DSMV Polaris, available on mod.io. Feel free to download it, use it, play with it, put it in a ship build video if you want, put it in an RP, whatever you want to. You want a ship that fulfills the role of a police ship in a video you're making or something, and you don't want to spend 40 hours building one, feel free to use this. I don't have access to comments on YouTube because I can't be bothered downloading the stupid app because I'm on PS5 and it doesn't have a web browser for some stupid reason. So there you go. So if you're commenting and I'm not reacting, don't take it personal. It's just because I'm not able to read the comments. So there you go. Download it, have fun with it, do what you want with it. You know, if you want to use it in a video or just for your own shits and giggles, please feel free. That's what I like about building them. I want people to play with them. Anyway, next showcase video I do will probably be after I finish building all of the vehicles that are meant to go with this. So I wait for that, I guess. I don't know how long it'll take. I'll probably feel like building in a few days. We'll catch you then.